Steve, thanks for taking the time to chat with us before the 2021 season. I want to start with the offseason. You were able to get out a little bit, right? Tell us a little bit how you spent your off.
Yeah, so my wife and I got a camper van, and we had a destination of getting back home for Christmas in the Detroit area, the suburbs there. But drove all over the country, camped, went down to Death Valley National Park, through Denver, Wyoming, Montana, the Dakotas. Personal favorite would be like Indian country, and like the Badlands and stuff. I just really love that part of the history. So,
after a season that was unlike any that anybody's experienced, in a year unlike any that anybody's experienced, especially for an athlete, and the rigors of being in a bubble that you guys had, how important was it for you to have that off-season experience that you did?
Very important. I feel really fresh coming in to the season. You have to be physically fit, but also, mentally a lot of energy to train and do repetitive tasks and be focused, because it's a pretty stoic life when professional soccer is a stoic life, but in the pandemic it becomes very, very challenging. So I feel really fresh now.
I know you're a guy that is always looking to improve and always very thoughtful about that. What's the focus for you heading into this year, and what was the focus in your off season?
Well, I think a main focus for me is really physically just getting as fit and as strong as possible. I feel really, really strong, and I feel fit coming into the season, so I think that's important. And now, we're a couple weeks in, so the sharpness is coming, so I don't know if I'd necessarily have a narrow focus, but it's overall getting the feel back and getting to a good flow, I think, is important.
What did you learn? What did you take from just the experience of last year, of everything that you guys had to go through?
Man, I think we're probably still processing, and just like everybody in the country, it's a bit odd since we're on the 1-year anniversary this week of the shutdown that happened so quickly. But I think overall, you have to be, if you're in this business, you have to be ready for challenges. And, I'm quite good at handling those, and I was proud of my performance last year. And, I think the team wants to build on our overall performance. We feel good about ourselves. I think we're returning in a good spot. I feel like we're hitting the ground running. It's not like something new. We know what to do. We know our identity.
You start with Concacaf Champions League. It'll be your first experience in CCL. What does it mean for you to get this opportunity?
Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, it's the one thing that I wanted to check off my career list, and it's something that we have, high hopes for, and we know the first game is really challenging, and it's also, I think it'll put us a good spot in the league, because we're going right into it, the first game of the year away in Honduras. So it's not going to be easy at all. So I feel excited, really. I think the whole group's excited.
Does it change your focus at all in the preseason when that first game is a CCL knockout round, one of two, instead of opening day with 33 other regular season games ahead of you?
Absolutely. I think that there's an extra excitement in the air for sure. I mean, that's a competition that not only the mix in the team, whether Latin guys, American guys, we all are want to compete in that. I mean, this is an exciting thing, and we're ready.
Start on the road. Could be a challenging environment. It's always difficult on the road in Concacaf, whether you're with a national team, whether you're with a club. How do you prepare for having to go for the first match of the year to San Pedro Sula, away to Honduras to play that match?
Well, I think that the preseason becomes even more important. Every rep, every time you can get a game-like rep, every time I can see a shot in a small-sided game in training. Though, I want to keep building. And I feel like I'm getting there. I feel I have a good start with that. I have a good flow already. So I mean, these reps in training become even more, because we know it means a lot in a month that I'm going to have to be there. I'm going to be on.
As you look beyond CCL and to the season as a whole, you mentioned feeling good about this group. Last year, you guys won MLS's back. Obviously, didn't end the way that you guys would have liked, and a lot of injuries played into that at the end. Similar group coming back, similar core coming back. How do you feel about this team heading into 2021, and what are your goals for the group?
Well, I feel quite strong. It's a long season, and I think we know how to weather that. We're a veteran group, and I think really for us closing out games and keeping that hunger. I think I think the one thing is that this group has right now is that we're hungry, and so there's guys have a lot to prove. Maybe it's a veteran team, but they want to close out their career strong. There's young guys who are making their campaigns to get on the national team, so that hunger is really there. As far as expectations, I mean, it's the Portland Timbers. I don't think it has to be said. We know this is a team that's expected to win. I mean, that's why we're here. That's the fan base. That's what the owner expects, and the coaches and the GM. So.
Steve, we appreciate you taking the time to chat with us before the 2021 season. Good luck this year.